22nd September 2018. We initially tried with the rain hose pipes for the raised beds, but apparently I think there are 2 or 3 unique problems with it right now. I'm trying to come up with a solution. So one major issue is, let me show you on the other side. When the pipe is laid in the canal or the trench, the beds just next to the trench are not getting proper water, and there are gaps to the extent of spacing between the holes. So as you see, this portion is dry, but the other portions are wet and it's not consistent. Compared to the drip irrigation, I think the water is not evenly flowing out. We need to resolve this problem. There's a couple of alternatives. One is to get rid of the rain hose pipe and just go with the regular drip irrigation, but that might be a bit more expensive. On the other hand, we can try these rain hose pipes on the top of the trenches. But if we do on the top of the trenches, it will disturb the plants. The other issue with the rain hose pipe, which I'm not 100% sure, is when we do mulching, how effectively the water will go under the mulch. So looking at all of that, I'm sort of gearing towards putting the regular drip pipes here, but I'll have to think through and discuss with the people. Sabana has to do it manually because it's not properly flowing. He's using the rose can. Nursery ka pitra Sabana? Align ka kita? Okay. The rain hose pipes are working very well for the banana side, where there are no trenches, but I think where there are raised beds, it's not 100% working to the extent that I had originally thought of it to be. Maybe the drips are better. We'll need to think over. So you see, Sabana is doing all this manually because there are no holes there, and it's not even wet. And this problem is particularly true for the beds next to the pipe. The one in the center is okay because it gets water from both sides. So application of rain hose pipe to the raised beds, not 100% satisfied so far. As you see, this is clearly dry. Oh, I guess this is not open, sorry. But this one, despite opening there, it's not 100% wet. And this is just the second bed after the black pipe. Okay, so that's on the bottleneck that I'm seeing with the rain hose. On the other hand, slowly plants have started coming. We have done about 11 beds so far. Each bed has different varieties. To start with, maybe I'll give you an example. Here we did the bush beans, contender bush bean. So you would say, I think that is bush bean, and then next to it is as in, you will see a lot of things here, but in fact I'm having difficulty finding which plant is what. The one here next to the, I think that's the bush bean, that is sweet corn. So sweet corn, cowpea, sweet corn, cowpea, we've alternated it in a zigzag fashion. Cowpea is mostly for only the mulching purposes later, which will give nitrogen. The main crop here is bush bean. We have done a spacing of 2 foot, and then perpendicularly across you see the green leaves. So we've done coriander for every 1 feet. On the sides, every 1 feet gap, we have done root vegetables. So the first bed has carrot, the second one has radish. In fact, you see the radish has already come very well. Carrots are small seeds. I understand that it will take a little longer for germination. It's just that I'm not able to find which one is exactly carrot. It could be possible that this is carrot, but I'm not too sure about it right now. And then for every 10 feet we've done the climber vegetables. So the plan is to let's say bitter gourd run across in a perpendicular fashion, and then after that 10 feet later sponge gourd, and then cucumber, and then sambar cucumber. So in a bed there will be at least 7 or 8 varieties, but they're going to run along perpendicularly, and each of the perpendicular line will have the same variety of the crop. And this bed we have just left it for nursery. There's multiple options to do the main crops, especially crops like brinjal or chili, marigold. One option is to just put them on nursery like this, and then when the plants grow we do a little transplantation. The second option is we can directly sow them, but when we do that, if the growth of the other plants or weeds are high, the main crops get suppressed, and therefore there's an advantage in putting them in a nursery and then transplanting them. The third option which I wanted to try out next is the option of using the germination trays. Germination trays meaning, you may be familiar with black trays with a lot of holes in it, like 60 tray holes, 90 holes. So in each hole we can just put a seed along with some coco peat and then let it germinate. Once it germinates, we can put it back to the beds. So the sequence is, first the green leafy vegetables will come. Each line is going to be a bundle, hopefully. I'm not very sure how this works, but conceptually I learned something and I'm trying it out. And then another 2-3 weeks the root vegetables will be ready for the yield, and then the main crops will start yielding. So immediately after taking out the root vegetables, we need to do the mulching with specifically the straw mulching. Straw mulching meaning just we remove the unwanted weeds and put it back into the same place wherever there is free space. Mulching helps in maintaining temperature. It allows hopefully earthworms to take shelter, and hopefully they'll come out. And also it prevents weeds. There are multiple benefits in doing mulching, and eventually when mulch gets decomposed, it releases nutrients back into the soil. So mulching is a must, which we need to, I'm slowly trying to understand how it works, but so far so good. There are little hiccups with the irrigation, but I guess I think we're making progress much better than what I thought, and hopefully we'll start taking out the harvest in about 2 weeks from now. And right now I'm burning cash at around 50k per month, and I don't have any revenue. Hopefully we should break even in about 6 months time. I'm talking about the operating break even. I've put in so far about 6 months of labor. In fact, I just managed to pay the first half lease for my landowner, and have spent about 3 lakhs all put together, all the fixed cost and the monthly recurring operating expenses so far. So 50k burn rate per month, unless I start hitting revenues of 50k, I'm sort of burning cash in the negative direction. It's very important for me to break even as soon as possible, and then hopefully I'll recover the initial costs. Okay, that much on the video now. It's payment day. I need to go and settle the payments for people. So far so good. I'll give you another update in a while. Bye bye.